are you?
Good. Another fiscal year is done, gentlemen. You guys have tax season, we have signing day. Well, probably just comments. Probably one of the things I'm most impressed with this group is the kind of people that they are. Great group of 20. As far as families, everything that these kids are about besides athletic abilities probably is as much speed in a full group that we've ever recruited. Out of the, I think, 20 kids that are committed here, I think 10 of them have been tailbacks or carried the football at some important time in their career. Some of those guys that even play tailback will play defense or offensive line, so it's quite a group. Just kind of going down the list, we feel like we've signed 3 or 4 tailbacks. Even Kenny Kane, the linebacker, that probably played linebacker out of John Curtis, has played tailback. We feel like it's as good a tailback group as we've ever recruited. We'll start off with Wayman James, I think around 11th ranked running back in the country, along with Matthew Tucker. Abel Campbell's 3A Player of the Year. He's our big back. And then the guy that's kind of both, Dwight Smith out of Carthage. And then you have a guy that's probably unheralded, wide receiver position, Josh Boyce. He's already here in school. Him and both him and the 2 quarterback Casey Paul and then Tanner Brock, the linebacker out of Commerce Cove. All 3 are here in our workouts. They've been here for 4 weeks, and they've done unbelievable. And the thing that I'm impressed is that the rest of the class is like this group is. They didn't come in, they came just in good shape. They came in probably just as fast as a lot of our older kids. They came in just as strong as a lot of our older kids, which is what we anticipated with this class. So it'll be really interesting to see when the rest of the group gets here in June, if they can hold up the same manner. Obviously, Casey Paha, the quarterback's here in the spring. He'll give us a guy that'll get a chance to learn in the spring and then have summer school before he even starts in the fall. 4 offensive linemen. Probably the leading guy in that is Ty Horn. He's a top 100 candidate out of Waco Midway, 6'5", 300-pounder, along with Eric Tausch out of Dallas, John Woolridge out of Episcopal down in Houston, and then DJ Henry out of Edna. DJ was a defensive end. Probably a guy that will have a chance of making it into an offensive center, but he could also be a defensive tackle. That's the thing that, again, I go back to the thing that impresses me about this group. There is a lot of variables that could be once we get into 2-a-days, and we will see what their talent level is. As far as the defensive side, you signed the Mod Squad, the 3 guys out of Mod, Texas, starting with James Dunbar, which also has the size to be an offensive tackle. He'll be a defensive end, defensive tackle, 6'6", 270 pounds. He'll be a 300-pounder probably by August. You have Brian House, 6'4", 280-pound defensive tackle. And then Ray Burns, which is also a guy. All 3 of those guys played. Probably did not play at a high level during the season, a lot bigger than a lot of kids that 1A ball. We had them in our 3-day camp a year ago, and all 3 of them have a high level of athletic ability and want to. And I think that's something that's very important to us. Followed up by Stanley Maponga. You heard me right, Stanley, not Stanley. Maponga out of Hebron, which Brian Brazel is the head coach over there as a TCU grad. It's the first kid we've gotten out of Hebron. There's been a lot of good players come out of there, so it's a breakthrough for us. Having somebody coming from that part of the country, along with then a linebacker, Tanner Brock, which is in school, 6'4", 217 pound when we weighed him yesterday, linebacker. Also played tailback. Justin Isidore out of Ozone down in Beaumont, and then Kenny Kane out of John Curtis, which Kenny, again, both him and Tanner played tailback. And safety-wise, Malcolm Williams, which was a signee of Oklahoma back a couple years ago, was the 5A Defensive Player of the Year out of high school. Junior college-wise, I think he's ranked. If those things you count on, you know I am about all those kind of things. The 9th best player in junior college football. Is a big-time hitter. Smart, is from South Grand Prairie. He's a guy that we really think that has a chance to make an impact early. Along with Jarrell Thompson, ranked in the top 20 as far as safeties in the country, out of Wichita Rider. And then Trenton Thomas out of Brenham. Trenton had to play linebacker this year because it needs to show you the kind of kid he is. But he will be a safety. He's a big hitter. He also played tailback The guys we have, and the last guy is Michael Vincent, a corner, played running back out of Houston, that played running back most of this year. He played corner as a junior. After his sophomore year, was ranked like the 9th or 10th best point guard in AU basketball, has over a 40-inch vertical leap. A lot of people at the end came in on him. He's a lot like Drew Coleman that we had here a couple years ago that still plays with the Jets. That kind of personality, very humble, but highly motivated as far as to be a great player. So for us, if you look down the list, it's a list of guys, and I told you the guys that carried the football. If you look at Dunbar, Waylon James, Matthew Tucker, Dwight Smith, Kenny Kane, Tanner Brock, Jarrell Thompson was a tailback, Trenton Thomas was a tailback, Ray Burns were all tailbacks in high school. So it's, you know how I am, I was showing a group today a little bit of Jerry Hughes. I asked him, who is this? In fact, if you watched the Super Bowl the other night, a guy out of Justin Northwest, Brett Redikowski, was getting a 4-point stance fullback, running the triple option out of Justin Northwest, and we taught him how to snap, and now he's got a world championship ring. So, like I told my team this morning in workouts, you never know. Just keep going. You never know how the world will turn out. So it's kind of funny to see all that turn out.